Hello, this is Daryl here from Guitar Tuition East London. We're going to take a look today at some reasons why people don't improve at the guitar. Some of the most common ones that I've seen with other people, past students or people that I've met who are struggling with their guitar playing. I want you to watch out for them, see if any of these apply to you, and let's get started. The biggest one that I see is people are not persistent enough with guitar playing. Guitar playing requires just keeping going, keeping doing it, and keep practicing. And when you hit a barrier, you have to be persistent enough to find a way around it. So coming up with a solution, going out and seeking a solution, asking a professional for the solutions that you need. But there's absolutely no reason to give up a guitar unless you don't like the guitar, and in that case, why are you playing it anyway? If you love the guitar and it's something you want to play for the rest of your life, then just be persistent. You can do it. Anyone can. Okay. Next reason that people don't improve at the guitar is they keep playing the same old stuff every time they practice. This is one of the most common problems I see with especially people who've been playing for quite a while already. They every time they pick up the guitar, they go, I'm going to practice guitar. What they mean is they're going to sit around and play some of the same old stuff they always do. So if they normally have a little jam session with themselves with a backing track where they solo, they'll do that. If they sit and play some old Hendrix song, they'll sit and play the Hendrix song. Every time they pick up the guitar, they do the same stuff. That holds you back because it's not practicing, it's playing. You get as much progress out of doing that as you will by eating your lunch. At guitar, it doesn't really make a big difference. Okay, the next big problem that I see with people struggling to make progress on the guitar is they only learn songs and they're not working on specific exercises towards a goal that they've got. Okay, let me explain. So most people, if they're just learning songs, you are learning some things because you're learning the songs themselves. But what's much more important is how those songs are put together, the skills that fundamentally link all those songs together, and you're not really studying those, you're learning to copy and not create. To give you a good example, it's a bit like instead of learning how to write a speech and become a good speaker, it's like learning to copy someone else's really good speech, okay? And that doesn't make you a particularly good guitar player, especially not very quickly. It can have some benefits, and there are benefits to learning songs included in doing with the other stuff, but there's a lot more that you need to progress than just learning songs, and in fact I see it hold people back time and time again. The next thing that people struggle with is they get too content with where they are on the guitar. So it might have been at some point that you were really pushing hard with your guitar playing, but actually, maybe you got happy and you're really impressed with where you got to, and then you get out of the cycle of learning, and suddenly before you know it, you go, oh, I'm not making progress. It's great to have milestones and reach goals, but you need to set new ones. You need to say where you want to go to and get excited about reaching them and have some persistence to get there. If you get too content, suddenly, a year can go by, 2 years, sometimes 20 or 30 years, and you haven't really gotten better. And that's all because you were kind of happy with where you're at and you didn't see a reason to improve. The next problem I see in people not improving on the guitar is they don't know what to do to improve, or they haven't heard of what to do to improve, or they haven't got the right information for them in their situation. So I see a lot of people just going out and finding exercises online or in books to help them, but because they're not specifically right for them and where they're at, it doesn't actually help them get that much better. Helps them learn that exercise, a bit similar to learning some songs, but without it being part of a whole plan, a strategy to get them what they want, which will be different for each person, doesn't help them so much, okay? The next thing that people struggle with is not getting a teacher. So you'd be surprised the amount of professional musicians who still have a teacher or a coach to help them play the guitar, and you'd be probably not surprised to know the amount of beginners that refuse to get a teacher because they think they don't need one. Okay, this is a big fallacy, and you get many people in between who think, oh, I don't need a teacher, I'm too good, or I don't think they could help me anyway. Well, with that attitude, you will struggle for a teacher to be able to help you, but you need to find someone who does know the information that you don't know and how to put it together for you to help you. So getting a teacher can be one of the best ways to do that. And the biggest problem I find with people who have the attitude that, oh, I'm just too good for a teacher, is that you're so unaware of what you don't know. And I know this because I had the same attitude a few years ago, and man, I really wish I'd just gone out and learned a lot more sooner and got some teachers sooner, because I would be so much further ahead than I am now, and I would have progressed so much faster because of that. And I see that holding a lot of other people back as well. The next thing that people struggle with is a lack of belief that they can actually become the kind of guitar player they want to be. Okay, so this is really common. Lack of confidence, lack of belief, comes from people believing that talent is a thing, and that some people are just talented. Well, there's no babies that come out of the womb already able to play the guitar. It's all learned, it's all skills. There are different ways those skills are put together, but this is really important, that you need to develop the belief that you can become the kind of guitar player that you want to do, and then you need to work out how, and it is absolutely possible to do so. It's just you have to work on the belief part first, and then the how comes afterwards, okay? And the last thing we're going to look at is some people hold themselves back from improving on the guitar because they're scared of how much work it's going to be to actually do so. Now the question I ask you there is, if it's important enough for you to want to do it, then no amount of work is worth stopping for. Because once you put the importance that if it's important enough that you want to play guitar for the rest of your life, then no amount of work is going to stop you from doing it, because it's a continual game you're going to keep playing of working on the guitar. If it's one of those things where you think, oh crikey, I'll try it for a couple of weeks, and then if it doesn't go well, I won't. Just don't play guitar in that case. If you're only going to try it for a couple of weeks, don't bother. It's not worth it. If you want to give it some more time than that, a lot more time, and keep going, and you absolutely love music, do it. It's going to be one of the best decisions you've ever made in your life. Put the time in. It is so much fun, and it will bring you joy and happiness. Keep practicing. Take care. I've been Daryl Powers from Guitar Tuition East London. Thank you very much. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to us on YouTube. We've always got more content devoted to helping you become a better guitar player.